The government has put New Zealand supermarkets on notice. It's determined to break up the duopoly in the grocery market and to reduce the bill for your weekly shop. It's told foodstuffs and countdown to change at pace and be prepared for regulation. Today, it announced it will accept 12 of the Commerce Commission's recommendations to improve competition and is taking stronger action on the remaining 2. Supermarkets will be forced to open their wholesale arms to would-be competitors, such as dairies, and to offer them a fair price. And instead of the proposed 3-yearly review of supermarket competition, the government will establish a watchdog to review competition annually. Isabel Ewing reports.
Supermarkets, the government's got a message for you.
Change at pace to increase competition and be prepared for regulation.
David Clark asked the Commerce Commission to look into whether grocery sector competition is working well for consumers. Its answer, a resounding no. It's also a nightmare for Dinesh Patel, who owns a small grocery store in Wellington.
All the small business people are just closing up because they can't compete with the big supermarkets,
Smaller players pushed out, shoppers getting ripped off, and excess profits for supermarkets more than $1 million a day.
Excess profit that is taken directly out of Kiwis' pockets.
So the Commission made 14 recommendations aimed at giving shoppers more choices and less confusion, and suppliers and food growers better bargaining power. These include compulsory unit pricing on products so you can see whether the big box of muesli is better value than the small one, introducing a code of conduct for retailers' dealings with suppliers, and making sure loyalty programs are easy to understand. The government has already introduced new legislation to stop major supermarkets from buying up land to prevent competitors from setting up nearby.
At the moment, they are the big fish and we are the small fish. They are trying to eat us up,
Woolworths, which owns Countdown, said in a statement it accepts that change is needed and is committed to playing a positive role in a competitive market, adding it doesn't yet have the capability to offer large-scale wholesale supply, but is in the process of planning how to do so.
They know that the government is serious about this.
Supermarkets, a convenient villain for a government under pressure to address the cost of living crisis.
So it's about the big question, of course, how soon will these changes affect pricing for shoppers?
Well, Finance Minister Grant Robertson said that supermarket duopoly has had a long-term hold on the market, so it's going to take some time to unwind that. And if we look across the ditch at Australia, it's been more than 20 years since the discount supermarket chain Aldi set up shop there, and it's taken them that long to become the 3rd biggest player with just 12.4% of the market. However, it could be sooner that another player sets up in New Zealand, with Costco set to open later in the year in West Auckland, the 3rd largest retailer in the world, and promising to be 20% cheaper than local competition. That should drive prices down independent of the government's increased regulation.
Thanks for the update, Isabel.